Good morning, everybody. I am so happy to be able to get on here and talk to you today. And I just wanted to say thank you for sticking with me. I know that I have had a lot going on in the last while, and it's been hard to be able to do this. So I'm grateful to each and every one of you. I wanted to get on here and talk about, I guess, something that I've really been learning over the last lifetime, but really the last year, and that is accountability and growing. It is never easy to have to own up to your mistakes, your part in situations that don't go well. And it's it's almost like a knife to the heart sometimes, to be honest, because having to admit that you have any culpability in a situation where you aren't necessarily wrong, or even if you are wholly wrong in whatever the situation is it's never easy. Having to take responsibility for your part in a situation is very, very difficult. But over the last year, I have been learning that I am responsible, even if not fully responsible, for my actions and attitude, the words I say, how I react to things presented to me, even if it's not correct on their part either. Two wrongs don't make a right. To be able to have a conversation with somebody and deal with situations that are hard. Sometimes we don't always respond well to confrontation. I know for my part, I really don't. If you respond to me in a manner that I perceive as talking down to me, or um, disrespectful in any way, I will fight you. Not physically, but verbally. And I can be the match that starts the fire and the gasoline that burns the whole world down once it's started. Because I am a very emotional person, and I don't enjoy having to be put into a situation where I am not approached in a manner which I would prefer. And recently I ended up having a huge blowout fight with my parents, which I wasn't wrong for what I said. I wasn't even wrong for saying it. It was the fact that I chose to say it at a time when tensions were already high, and then once that kind of blew up, my conversation turned pretty aggressive to where we were both yelling at each other, and that has done permanent and lasting damage to our relationship. So remember that no matter if you're right for the way you feel, or the fact that somebody is talking to you with disrespect, or any number of things that are done to you in your direction, the way that you yourself choose to handle the situation on your side is wholly on you. And words once said can't be taken back. They don't magically go away, and no amount of saying that you're sorry is necessarily ever going to fix that, because people can't unhear the things that are being said. Whether you're right or wrong, there's a right way and a wrong way to approach something, to handle a situation, and you need to take accountability for your own part in things. I myself have had the hardest time in being able to own up to my own part in things, because after somebody starts something with me, I feel wholly justified in launching an attack at them because they have hurt me or made me angry. But that's not the right way to do things. If you're dealing with somebody that has hurt you and they continue to hurt you after you have voiced your needs for them to stop doing the thing that they're doing, and they refuse to change, at that point it becomes your responsibility to walk away, and maybe forever to cut ties with those people. Because if you're dealing with a toxic person, it's never going to become easier. They're not going to change. They don't care about your opinion or what hurts you, because they just don't. Sometimes they're not capable of change, and sometimes they just don't want to. And so, as hard as it is to decide to separate yourself from the situation that you may have found yourself in for years, and it might be family, a spouse, a friend that you have known for years, you don't choose to stay in a situation where you are constantly being triggered or hurt or disrespected, because you're just gonna keep taking all of that on. It's just gonna keep coming back at you time and time again. And you may love this person, but that doesn't mean they're good for you. And if it's just some random stranger on the street, or an acquaintance, or somebody you don't really care about, the response is still the same. Remove yourself from the situation and then take some time to recenter yourself. Do some deep breathing or meditate or go eat or drink something. Pull yourself out of the mindset that they have put you in. Because whether it's your fault or not, and I will say this again, it doesn't matter, because you are responsible for the way that you choose to react. Nobody makes you yell at somebody. No amount of people talking garbage to you or saying mean, hurtful things to you will be their fault for the way that you choose to respond. And it's hard in the moment because you reach a heightened state of arousal, and that ends up triggering your behavior to do whatever it is that you choose to take action on next. So just be aware of that. It doesn't become easier, but if you walk away, you know that you have done the right thing. And once you are calm at a later time, you can come back and approach that person if need be and tell them, hey, what you said, what you did, how you handled something, it isn't okay. And I will not be dealing with this in the future, because if you love, care about, or respect me, you wouldn't do that to me. And if you choose to continue in this path, then I am going to choose to take actions of my own to no longer have you in my life, or to minimize your impact on my life, or whatever the appropriate and calm response is thereafter. And then stick to that. Because most people who are repeatedly doing whatever it is to you that they're doing after you have stated that you need that thing to change, they're not going to care and they're going to continue. And so you are going to need to hold boundaries with that person, be it that they can only be around you in certain situations, or that you will no longer have contact with that person at all. However you think the situation needs to be handled, but you can't be wishy-washy about it. You can't keep going back around that person once you have stated your boundaries. Or you can't allow them to continue doing the thing that has been bothering you and stay in the situation. You are responsible for your actions alone. And boundaries aren't forcing others to do something. Boundaries are only what you can control in yourself. So if somebody is talking shit to you all the time and you tell them, hey, I don't appreciate that, and if you continue, then I'm going to remove myself from the situation for, I don't know, an hour or two until we can come back and speak calmly. And when you come back and start talking again, they continue to do the thing. You don't stay and let them continue. You remove yourself again. And if this is a repeat habit of theirs, then you remove yourself completely. It is not on you to stay in a situation and put up with abuse. Verbal, physical, mental, emotional, it doesn't matter. You can only control you. That is all I have for you today. I hope this has helped, because this has been a lifelong lesson for me. And it's one that I am learning pretty quickly over the last year. You have to take responsibility for yourself. You can't hold yourself separate. If you want a response that is different, you have to react different. And what you say does affect everything after it's said. Anyway, if anything I say is helpful and you want to keep receiving my videos, hit the bell, subscribe, hit the thumbs up so that other people can see these. And I'll catch you again. I love you guys. Thank you. Bye.